saying goodbye to dating and waiting a sure strategy to keep you from the love you deserve and want? Hello beautiful swans, my name is Unique Swanda and I am your online dating coach as well as your style concierge here at the Black Swan Relationship Academy. Today I'm talking about that waiting thing and that not dating thing that we do when we get to a point where we believe that the Lord's gonna do it, the universe is gonna provide, and we just leave it and we decide that we're just better off not, maybe he'll just jump into my lap one day. The thing is, there was a time when that strategy did work. There was a time when not actively being positioned in places and spaces where you can be seen and found by a high value masculine man worked. There was a time when our parents would literally go to a high school, go to university and meet the love of their life within the neighborhood, within the spaces that they found them in. There was also a time where they waited for aunties and uncles to be the ones that do the setting up for them. But unfortunately, times have moved on and times have changed. And we do ourselves a disservice as swans, black swans, when we say we are waiting. When we say we've kissed dating goodbye, and why unfortunately that doesn't really serve us. So here I'm really talking to our Christian ladies who are waiting on the Lord and waiting for pretty much the man to fall on their lap, basically. So it's just to kind of really give us a realistic look at how the world is structured today. So I know a lot of ladies, because I am your online dating coach, so this is heading towards online dating. There are other ways of dating, but I will specify and talk mostly about online dating. There are so many other ways to meet people, yes, but the main thing at the moment, culturally accepted, is online dating. It is becoming the fastest and quickest way to meet someone who can change your life, basically. It's the quickest way to be able to be positioned in a space where you can be found by a high value masculine man. But it's really about the mindset where the waiting and where the not dating comes from, where the not wanting to step up. So there's so many different mindsets I could talk about, but let's talk about that mindset of what our parents had. Our sphere has changed so much nowadays that women, you actively have to go and look for a job. You actively have to accept that this is what you want in your life and this is what you're going to look for and this is what you're going to find. And we get so scared and caught up in what it takes to actually put ourselves out there, so much so we use it as excuses. So at the moment in the Black Swan Relationship Academy, we are doing a dating challenge where we're challenging the ladies to actually get online and get dating, to literally get their pictures taken, curate their wardrobe so that they can be seen and perceived in a different light. There's so many things that we're teaching them at the moment. So before we go on, I'll leave you to watch this video. That is all about the All Access Pass, and I'll be back very shortly.
The guys you want don't want you. And the ones you don't want simply won't leave you alone. They say you are picky and have impossible standards. Your partner has lost attraction for you and you have no idea if he will stay or progress the relationship. The harder you try, the further he pulls away. You are starting to think you are cursed, that there's something fundamentally wrong with you. The truth is, you are not uniquely broken. You are simply ill-informed, uneducated, and ill-equipped. All the things that can be fixed. I am offering you an all-access pass into the Black Swan Nation, where you will receive access to all of the courses, mentoring and coaching calls. We are also offering A 100% no quibble money back guarantee if the academy isn't a fit for you. What are you waiting for? Get smart, be educated, and level up. Do it absolutely right now by clicking the link below.
Well, hello, and I am back. I hope you've got a little bit of a clearer definition of what the All Access Pass is. So it's really the membership to the Swan Nation, where we're doing this challenge at the moment, the Flirt and Date Challenge. The Flirt and Date Challenge is all really about being in a community of people who are doing exactly the same thing as you are doing, which puts you in a better mindset. Like I said, I'll really be delving into the mindsets that make us forfeit love because we are stuck in a way of doing things. So when we are stuck in a way of doing things, we do a disservice to ourselves, because what we're doing is forfeiting the amazingness that could happen to us based on a story that we have created in our minds. So really, I'm just addressing the mindset of the wait and waiting, and the mindset of waiting on the Lord, because the Bible does say faith without works is dead. So when we don't put action to what we believe, if you believe that you are someone who wants a relationship, or you do want a relationship, we have to put ourselves out there. If you want a job, you put your CV and you go out and you work. I know I have been saying this quite a few times when it comes to online dating. I have said it quite a few times on here and within all the different platforms that we have. We have been talking about how you have to be brave enough to be okay with what you want. And that is the mindset of a black swan. A black swan is not shy to say, I want to be married and I want a man who's a provider. I want a man who will cherish me. And I want a man that will keep me safe. And I want a man who wants to create something profound with me. That is the mindset of a black swan. And what it takes to get that is me taking pictures of myself, going online, and being able to style myself in a way where I can be perceived as this amazing feminine woman that I already am, and you'll be able to see me, you being the high value masculine man, and you'll be able to pursue me. The problem that we face sometimes, or the resistance, should I say, is because we still have the mindsets of what our mothers had. That is the story that they had. So we adopted and caught that story from them. And that is what we're living now. It's a shame because they meant well. It's a shame because even the narratives we're taught within church, they mean well. But when we're sitting in the pews and not actively being in places and spaces where we can be found, he is not going to drop on your lap. And that is the reality of it. He is not going to drop on your lap. He is not necessarily on your lap, but he is not going to drop on your side. If it does, you're going to have to question that. So I understand that there's a lot of resistance when it comes to things like, oh, there's too many scammers. Oh, there's too many people who are not real. Oh, there's too many people who are this. For me, it ends up just being about the excuses I can find to limit myself from doing what I need to do. So at the beginning of the year, I set out to start swimming again. And I came up with all kinds of excuses under the sun. That, okay, no, the weather is not warm enough, or my gym is closed, and this happened. And yes, the gym was closed because they were having renovations, but there were other centers that I could have gone to, but I allowed that to just be my excuse. I paid for a whole month and didn't even go. So these are the things that I had to face. But the real thing that I was facing was because it was a new thing. I wasn't going swimming in my old swimming pool in Bulawayo where I grew up. It was one of the central places that we go. It was not a space I was used to. It wasn't the swimming pool that when I lived in Northampton that I was going to. So it's a totally different space, and the newness can be so scary. But the bravery of a black swan is what allows her to conquer those little excuses and issues. So I braved it on the 2nd of March, a few days ago. And I decided I'm just going to go regardless of what is out there, what's going on. I went and had an amazing time. It was very daunting because there are other people around. no one's seen me in a swimming costume in such a long time, haven't really worn a costume in such a long time. It was scary. So I'm not saying that online dating is not going to be scary, but guess what? You will have the rest of the swans to hold your hand. I'm just going to pop in another video. I'm sorry, there's quite a few videos that I've kind of popped in, but this one is really about the flirt and date we're holding at the moment, and it's just an open invitation to you to join us. So have a look, and I'll be back in another minute.
It is the annual flirt and date challenge in the Black Swan Nation. This is a challenge we do every single year, and it is incredible. The results, the growth, the relationships, the marriages, oh my goodness, what comes out of the flirt and date challenge every year is incredible, because we all throw ourselves into the dating pool and we gather energy from each other and encouragement and fun, and we do it under the watchful gaze of our coaches. I will be in there helping you ladies. The coaches will be in there helping you ladies flirt and date. But this year it is accessible only to the All Access Pass Black Swan Nation members. So if you're not in the All Access Pass Black Swan membership, make sure you follow the link below, and I will see you in the Black Swan Nation Flirt and Date Challenge 2022.
Hope you found that very informative, because I'm excited about what this challenge is doing within the Swan Nation for the ladies, and I'm hoping that you are going to join us. We hold our Zoom calls on Tuesdays and Thursdays. We have a Facebook group where you can ask any question you want to ask, and there'll be so many things that we'll be doing over time just to help you and assist you so that you are able to grow. If you feel this is something that you want to do, definitely leave some comments for me and I'll come and get back to you, or check out the description box so that you can get a little bit information, book a discover call if you want to, so just to talk about it and help you out with this. So back to the whole thing about the mindset of a black swan, and how the whole idea of saying goodbye to dating and waiting is just a sure way to keep you on the shelf. Black swans are never shelved, right? And we have to really start to shift our perspectives in how we do things. Our culture is changing worldwide. So many things are changing worldwide. And this is really to my ladies who are getting to that point where they're saying, you know what, I want love in my life. I deserve love in my life. It's come, let's hold your hand. Let's do this together. There will be resistance in taking pictures, which is why sometimes book a photographer who will do your photos for you, and you can just post them wherever you want to post them. There's so many things that we'll start to talk about, even how you can curate your Instagram profile so that you can be found by your man. This is not really for the faint-hearted. I know last week I did a video about how you really need to step up and stop making excuses. I'm talking to the grown ladies who really want to make a change within their lives, who really want to make sure that you're curating the kind of life that you want, and that also includes a high value masculine man. So there's things that we have to do to get to that place. So the whole thing is all about the mindset and preparing. So whenever you execute something, you're always going to have to put in some kind of effort, right? We don't want to do it half-heartedly, because whatever return that we want to get, we want to attract someone who's also wanting to put in their whole, and not just 1 foot in the water and maybe a little bit out. We want someone who is at the same level as us. So we want to put in a little bit more effort. We want to be prepared. We want to have structure and have a strategy of how we're going to do this dating plan. Again, which is what we're talking about. Or you could literally just book a discovery call and we could talk about your personalized dating plan. There is never really one way to say this, but we have to grow up. We really have to, have to grow up and be grown women. And that is what swans do. We are not going to be using excuses as in, I'm intimidated by other women. What if this and what if that? And we're going to step forward like I did, and I literally went and I swam. And every single morning since I started, because I have realized that it's something I really enjoy doing. It's something that gives me something to wake up to, and I'm not sitting to wait for my belly to go down, but I'm actually doing something about it. And that is really how we apply this to every part of our life. Look, if there's something that I've said within this video that you feel, I like what she said, book a call with me. Book a call with me. Let's talk about your dating strategy. Let's talk about the style and how you want to show up online. There's so many videos that I've created on here about how I'm able to curate your wardrobe for you so that you show up as the woman that you want to show up as, and not the woman that has been created by social circumstances and everything around you. Also, as well as your online dating profile, book a discovery call. Let's talk. Because really, that is the most we can do, is talk about it, and then give you strategies of how to move past the resistance and past the fear of getting on the dating sites. Yes, you will find all kinds of things online, but when you have strategy, it gives you better leverage and you're able to maneuver around it. I will be seeing you on another video next week. We've been doing a whole series with Yvonne about how to move from divorce to dating, so we're also covering that as well from next week. I will also be back on Tuesday with Edwina and talking about a few things about relationships as well. So looking forward to seeing you on a call, seeing you on Instagram, and seeing you on Facebook, on Swan City and all the different, seeing you on Swan Nation, which is the All Access Pass, and seeing you on Swan City. Or just drop me a message on Instagram. Let's have a conversation about what you want to do about your dating situation. You take care of yourselves, and I will see you again next week. Have a good Friday.